start the show without the star, right?
Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. MC Mura here, and today I'm going to teach you all about Poison. I'm going to let you know how you can get from an absolute rookie to being a grandmaster with this character. So let's get started. Poison is a mid-range zoning character. She is very good at controlling her opponent from about half screen range using her long range, normal and special move. Poison also have a very frustrating style and a lot of sass, which actually help frustrate the opponent and opening them up for more mistakes. Oh, and boy, when they make mistakes, just check out Poison damage, because Poison have ridiculous damage output. And if you don't believe me, just take a look at this. And to complement her amazing screen control game, Poison also have a very good anti-air game. She possibly have one of the most annoying anti-air in the game. And not only that, she also have a very good pressure game thanks to her medium EX heart rate, which puts her in plus frame situation. And she also have a very good overhead that is the best round stealing overhead ever. It is the best round ever. So, what about her weaknesses? Well, her biggest weakness is obviously not having a reversal. She doesn't have a Shoryuken, so the best move she have is her Super, which is honestly not even that amazing as a reversal. She also have a bit slowish mobility. She doesn't travel the screen that much, and her counter hit 3 frame doesn't combo to mediums, which basically means that she doesn't get that much of a big conversion from waking up with jabs. So now we are going to start talking about her normals, and we are going to start with the Standing Light Punch. Standing Light Punch is your 3 frame normal. It is the fastest normal she have. It is a +2 on block, so it's good to use in block strings, and also it's allow her to be in throw range, so you can always take through after it. On hit, Standing Light Punch combos into itself, so you can do something like Standing Light Punch into Light Kick Heal. Next up, we will talk about her Crouching Light Punch. Crouching Light Punch is 4 frames, so it's not as fast as a Standing Light Punch, but it is +3 on block. +3 means that you can do something like this, which is Crouching Light Punch, Standing Medium Punch, and that is a frame trap. Also, Crouching Light Punch is good because you are still in throw range after it. So just like the Standing Light, you can always do Crouching Light and then throw after it. On hit, Crouching Light Punch combos into itself. So you can do something like Crouching Light Punch into Light Kick Heal, and it also combos into Standing Light Kick, so you can do something like this. One very important thing to note is that on counter hit, Crouching Light Punch will combo to the Standing Medium Punch. And this is good because when you're trying to interrupt something, you will get a much higher reward than a Standing Light Punch. So let's have it here trying to dash up and then do, say, like a heavy punch or something. See, if you interrupt this with Crouching Light Punch to Standing Medium Punch, you are getting a much bigger reward on hits. Next up, we are going to talk about her Crouching Light Kick, and the Crouching Light Kick is nothing special. It chain combos into her Crouching Light Punch, so you can hit something like Crouching Light Kick, Crouching Light Punch into special. It's not something that is terribly useful or terribly unique. It's alright, but it's nothing really to write home about. It's just a generic Crouching Light Kick. What's left is her Standing Light Kick, and her Standing Light Kick is a good normal to use as a buffer, and it is good to use in check situation basically. So what do I mean? Let's say we do something like this. This is the Medium Punch Raid is one of Poison's main zoning tools. And the use of the Standing Light Kick is to check movement. It's a check move. So let's have it something like that. And as you can see, after I did the medium raid on block, I am doing the Standing Light Kick, and this is very good at catching the forward movement. So he dashes into it and then he gets hit. This is the main purpose of the move, and more often than not you will be buffering it into an Avante Line special. Another really good application to it is to use it in as a challenge. So if we had Ed here challenging us here or something like that, if I try to use something like Crouching Light Kick, that will lose. So what you use then is a Standing Light. So it's a good move to use as a challenge, and it's a good move to use as a buffer. If you're up close point blank, it doesn't combo into anything after it, and its good purpose, and that's kind of important, is that it also combos to the medium kick. It combos to the medium kick heal, and it combos to the Avante Line special move on counter hit, and that's what makes it as a buffer particularly good, because you are going to catch something that's counter hit and combo into the Avante Line. So our first really important normal outside of our 3 frame, I would say, is a standing light kick, and I would recommend to use it a lot. And now we are going to be talking about poison mediums. Poison mediums are in particular, I think every single one of them is really good. So let's start with the standing medium punch. Standing medium punch is 6 frames and it's +3 on block. 6 frames and +3 on block means that this move frame traps into itself. So a lot of times you will see poison players doing something like this, or they will do it twice and then maybe to go for a heavy punch, because this is a very good frame trap. Now on hit, this moves combos into, it's special cancelable, so you can do something like this, and it's also combo into a light kick. So let's turn on the counter here. You can do something like a standing medium punch into standing light kick into light heal. So this is one of your go-to frame traps. It combos into light kick on hit, and it itself is a special cancelable. And one of the best thing about the standing medium punch is that on counter hit, it really combos into a lot of things. So on counter hits, you can get it to combo into itself. So you can do something like that. You can also get it to combo into the standing medium kick. And this is really good, because from a distance like maybe here, you can get something like this to combo, and the medium kick is cancelable. So you can do something like that. Standing medium punch, standing medium kick into damage. This is very good. So standing medium punch is your go-to pressure normal when you're up close. And since we talked about it, let's discuss then the standing medium kick. Her standing medium kick is a very good move. Just like the standing light kick, standing medium kick is also very good at catching forward movement. So it's a standing medium kick like the pokes of many other standing medium kicks in the game, but this one is also special cancelable, which makes it particularly amazing. Like we said, also it combos from the standing medium punch on counter hit, so this gives Poison a very long range conversions. So you can do some stuff like that, and you still get a basically like that's longer confirms than most characters. Look at how far this is. Why is it good? It's because it can check dashes also. So just like we said about the standing light kick, standing medium punch is like that, but might be even better because it have longer range. So if we had it block that and try to dash forward, this will catch them. And the standing medium kick is one of the cornerstones of Poison's pressure, because after blocking one of your zony normals, your opponent will most of the time try to get in somehow, and the standing medium kick is very good at catching that. So it's a very good move to use in counter hit combos, and it's a very good move to use to catch forward movement. When you put it together along with your zoning tools, which we will get to later, you will see that the standing medium kick is one of her most important tools. And on a challenge like this, you can do something like, say, you just buffer standing medium kick to light or medium Avante Line, and then you get a big conversion from it. You can also do many other things, like, say, do a medium rate, that into the EX heart rate, and that will give you a conversion. Basically, if you think they are going to move forward, use the standing medium kick. It's very good for them. Next, we are going to talk about the crouching medium kick, and her crouching medium kick is a pretty good low check. It has a good range for a medium. That's a good range. It's -2 on block, and it's not special cancelable, so it's not the best crouching medium kick. But one very important thing about it is that on hit, it combos to the standing light kick, so you can get something like that. And then use a V skill, and you get OP. So you do crouching medium kick. It's very good. It natural combos to the standing light kick, so this is always a good move to use up close and pressure if they try to walk backwards. and on hit you get a combo. If you manage to get it to counter hit, things get really silly, because on counter hit you can combo it to standing medium. So you get to do stuff like that. You do like crouching medium kick to standing heavy to maybe an EX Avante Line or whatever you want. And from a crouching medium kick to get that much damage, that's actually ridiculous. So crouching medium kick is ridiculous for low check, standing medium kick is good to check forward movement, standing medium punch is your pressure normal. Now we are going to get to the GOAT. The GOAT is the crouching medium punch. Crouching medium punch is a ridiculous normal. Like, now we are entering into, honestly, a little bit of stupid territory, because this move is amazing up close. Up close, it's +4 on block. +4 on block means that it's very good to use in frame traps, it's very good to use as a block string, but that is not why it's so good. The reason this move is stupid good is because of its anti-air capabilities. So if it's jumping at us here, crouching medium punch will beat that crab every single time. This is one of the best anti-airs in the game. Hands down one of the most consistent and best anti-airs in the game. And as you can see, on a successful anti-air, they are right next to you. So crouching medium punch is amazing on block. It's an amazing anti-air. It's very consistent. I will say it is your go-to anti-air. So overall, Poison have an excellent mediums. Every single medium she has is top tier in my opinion. And of course, let's not forget about the crouching medium punch on hit, because on hit, this attack is also again ridiculous. First, you get a standing medium punch as a natural hit. So when say, if you're jumping in, this is your basic bread and butter. You do like a jumping to crouching medium punch to a standing medium punch. This is all really good. Now, what makes this even better is that on counter hit, you can combo a standing heavy kick after it, as you just saw. So it's an amazing bread. It's basically your everything. It's your anti-air, it's your jumping bread and butter, it's your go-to meaty. This move is SSS tier. Crouching medium punch on Poison is the best move she has. And she has a lot of really good moves, but the crouching medium punch is by far the best thing she have going. And now we are going to talk about Poison heavies, and again, just like her mediums, her heavies are all really good as well. Let's start with her sweep. Now, Poison sweep is, I would say it's above average, because its speed is alright, but its range is really good. And because the range is really good, many characters can't sweep you back once you block it, so it leads to situations like this. So Ed will try to sweep us back, but his sweep is whiffing, so you get to whiff punish him. So a lot of characters have this, like Karen, Nash, etc. So her sweep is a pretty good sweep. Of course, on hit, you know, it knocks down like everything else. So sweep is alright. I would say it's above average. Pretty good sweep. Next, we're going to talk about the standing heavy kick. So standing heavy kick is an insane normal. It's an actually silly normal. Standing heavy kick is whiff punishable, but the thing about this normal is that it is +4 on hit, so you can combo after it. You can do a standing light kick into like light kick heal or whatever. But what makes it so good is that this is an 8-frame mid-hitting crush counter normal, and that is absurd. In this game, most normals who will give you like a spin state like that, most of them are like 14-15 frames. So her getting an 8-frame dash up into combo normal is an absurd thing. That's actually insane. And with V-Skill 2, you can get an even better damage with this, because you can do something like that. So heavy kick is one of the best normals when it comes to challenging in the neutral, because 8-frame heavy, that's really fast, man. Like, that's really fast. On block it's -4, so of course it is punishable, and it kinda have a little bit of recovery on whiff, so it's certainly whiff punishable if your opponent is ready. So overall, it's a very good crush counter attack. It can also be used in combos after a crouching medium punch, because you can combo after it. So standing heavy kick is silly, very good crush counter, very good move to throw in the neutral. Up close you can get a standing heavy punch after it. So overall, an excellent crush counter, absolutely one of her best normals. And since we started talking about it, let's talk about the standing heavy punch. Standing heavy punch is a good normal, and just like we said about the standing light kick and the standing medium kick, standing heavy punch is very good at whiff punishing and catching forward movement. And think of it as like an escalation matrix or an escalation process. It's how much you want to commit to how much reward you're getting. The thing about the standing heavy punch is that it is excellent to catch forward movement. Like, let's have it block here. It's a very good whiff punish tool. So maybe from someone like here, you see, you will be able to whiff punishing. So this attack have an insane hitbox. It's excellent with punishing. However, the standing heavy punch is also jumpable. So while you are doing stuff with it, it is jumpable. So you have to take care. So standing heavy punch is really good at checking forward movement. It's really good for whiff punishing. It's really good overall as a combo filler because it leads to, because you can combo into the light or the medium kick, Love Me Tender, and then keep comboing after. You can up close, you can do stance cancel and combo to the medium punch. You can do a lot of things, and I will let you know some of the combos later that you can do standing heavy punch. So standing heavy punch is really good. It's also really good to cancel into heart rate. So if you are going and doing a block string like this, say something like that. Let's have it stop doing that. If you are doing, say, something like this, I would say standing heavy punch is really good to cancel into the medium EX heart rate because there is no gap there. If you do it from the standing medium kick, there is a gap, but from the standing heavy, there is none. So standing heavy is a very good with punish move. It's very good at catching forward movement, but it is jumpable. So use this attack when you think they are coming at you or if they're gonna whiff something. But be careful because it is jumpable. It can lead to ridiculous damage, but there is risk to it. So this is your high risk, high reward, heavy read normal. Now lastly, her last heavy normal is her crouching heavy punch. And crouching heavy punch is really strong because it's a low. It is minus 11 on block, so the frame data on block is not that hot, but it's a low hitting half screen special attack. This is annoying because a lot of times when you are up here and zoning with raids and doing stuff like that, many people will try to walk back because they want to get out of your range and maybe try to zone you or something. So this is really good at checking them walking back. It's a pretty strong move, pretty annoying. If you have V-Trigger, you can convert it into some ridiculous damage actually. Because if you have V-Trigger, you can link a super after it and that will combo. It can combo into itself. It does have some really good application, but generally speaking, the main purpose of it is to shake people trying to walk back out of your effective range. Many people think that the crouching heavy punch is good for shaking people walking forward. But if you want to shake people walking forward, I will either do a heavy punch, a medium raid, or a standing medium kick. If you want to shake them moving backward or you think they are gonna walk back, crouching heavy punch is the move to go to. Excellent move in general. Poison in general have an amazing moveset. You have an amazing suite of normals. So very good normals, very good heavies, absurd mediums, and decent lights. So now we are going to talk about her special moves and how to use them, and we will gonna use that with the normals to form a game plan and just to understand how the zoning flow of poison works. So your main zoning tool is the heart rate. It is this special attack, or let's call it a stance. You will either do a quarter circle back and hold light, medium, or heavy, and as long as you're holding the normal, as long as you're holding the button, she will be in the stance and you can walk back and forward and whatever, and if you press any kick button she will cancel it. so you can always get in and out of that. I would say the medium heart rate is the cornerstone of your zoning game. This attack have about 70% screen range. It is safe-ish on block, because on block I believe it's like -7 or something, -6, so it's not bad at all on block actually. It will be something you'll even use in block strings at a close range. So the medium heart rate is your go-to zoning tool. The light one hits low, so the light is cool to use it to catch your opponent sleeping basically. If your opponent like forgot to shake low or isn't watching his feet, it is cool to use the light one. But otherwise I will use the medium one as your main zoning tool. Like this is your fireball, this is your main zoning tool, right? So a lot can be done with the heart rate. You can use it as a pressure tool. You can do something like this. Something you'll see often a lot of poison players doing. They are going into the stance and then cancelling it, and heavy to stance cancel is -2. So, but from a range like that, and like we said before, the standing heavy punch is a really good whiff punish. So if your opponent try to challenge, more often than not they can get hit. You can also use it as a feint, because let's have Ryu jump forward after blocking a heart rate, and what's gonna happen is we will be able to recover and anti-air him in time. So you'll be able to do something like that and still get the anti-air. You can get even more than that with something like a heal as an anti-air, but we will get to that later. So the heart rates can be used on block. They are your main zoning tool, and basically it is your key. The key to your game plan is the heart rate, right? There is a thing that you have to know though, is once you're in the stance, you can change which one you're holding. So if you're holding the medium and the opponent jumps at you, like let's have Ryu jumping again. Let me do something like that, and then I'm holding the medium, yeah, he will get the jump. So you have to be careful with that. The heavy one will anti-air though, so if you do something like that, he will jump and fall into it. So the heavy is the one you will use for a read. So if your opponent is blocking multiple times, you might want to throw a heavy out there or hold a heavy, see if they jump, and bam, gotcha with them. So medium heart rate is amazing. It is the cornerstone of your zoning. Now one thing that you have to know, and this is basically when the mind game starts to happen. Remember when we talked about normals being really good to check forward movement? This is when this starts to come into play, because let's have Ryu dash here. A lot of times when your opponent block a heart rate, they will try to take an action. Like they will either throw a fireball at you, maybe try to dash, maybe try to do something. And this is when you start to do your normals. This is when you will start to catch them forward. So understand that from maybe a range like that, if you're say from mid-screen range or this distance, don't go to 2 heart rates. Anticipate the forward movement and try to shake it with say a medium kick or a light kick or a heavy punch. Heavy punch might be a little bit slow for a situation like that, but this is basically the game plan. And once you are in a position like that, there is a lot you can do. Even if you're not sure, I will show you like a really good example if you're not sure. So heavy into EX heart rate, and now you're in. So the whole thing is after a heart rate you are -6, so your opponent will get to move first. They will either jump, they will dash, they will try to walk back, or they will try to dash forward, or maybe throw a Hadouken or something. And the biggest part of Poison gameplay is playing around that, is understanding, okay, he blocked enough heart rate, maybe now he will jump, so you will anticipate it, maybe now he will do a Hadouken, so you can do a Love Me Tender, maybe he will try to walk back, so you do crouching heavy. Basically, it is your fireball, you do it, and then you anticipate what you're gonna do next. Now we will talk about the EX versions, and Poison have 3 versions or 3 EX versions, and they depend on which combination you're pressing. If you press the light and the medium, she will do the light one, and this is a low, and this is really good because it catch people sleeping basically. Let's say from a range like that, they're expecting maybe something like this. They're not expecting a low cancel. So when you catch them low with this is gonna happen a ton. Like, believe me, this cancel will win you games. It's -2 on block, and the range on it, like, look at the range on this. You can even throw it out in the neutral, and one cute thing is that there is a gap there between the two hits. So if they release block, they will get hit, and you do get a light kick heal juggle after it. So the other one, and this is her most important EX move probably, is the medium heart rate. You do this by pressing light and heavy. And the EX heart rate is +2 on block. So you are basically forcing your opponent into a guess situation. Because after blocking it, you can go for maybe a throw, you can go for a shimmy, you can go for a low tech, you can go for a shimmy, a neutral jump. It's basically a very favorable situation. You don't get anything on hit, especially, but they are point blank next to you and you're plus. So you can get a throw, or you can get a shimmy, you can get a check. You know, you do whatever you want, and they will basically have to respect you. The last one is medium and heavy EX heart rate. This is good for combos, and this is good for anti-airs. And allow me to explain something. Let's say your opponent is blocking something, and then they jump back. So we will have Ryu here block, like, let's have Ryu block the standing medium punch, or like, we said this is +4 on hit. So let's have him block this and then walk back. You can get something like that. So this is really good at catching jumps. It's good at catching jumps from half screen or even full screen, honestly. It's very good at dealing with neutral jumps, because a lot of time people will neutral jump at you from this distance and you can get an anti-air. So overall, heart rate is the cornerstone of your gameplay. Use the medium rate as your main zoning tool, even if you trade with fireballs, because let's have Ryu here throwing fireballs. Like, let's say your opponent is even trying to zone you out with something like that. You will see even on a trade, Poison is doing more damage than she's losing. So it's very good even on zoners. Like, even when you're fighting versus zoning characters, this is what you want to do. So overall, use a medium heart rate and anticipate a situation after it. They might try to jump, they might try to walk back, they might try to dash forward, and based on your read, you either do standing heavy medium kick, or crouching heavy punch, or an anti-air, or wait. And that is basically the main zoning that's the main zoning strategy of Poison and how you're supposed to use her. And to follow up with what we just said, we are going now to talk about the Avante Line. This is your quarter circle forward and punch special. When you do the light version, she does the 1 hit, the medium version does the 2 hits, and the heavy version does the 3 hits. And the EX one does multiple hits, and all of them have their uses. So first, allow me to explain the idea behind the Avante Line. So Poison kinda have a dead zone when it comes to normals. This is -11 on block, so maybe from a range like this, none of your normals actually reach. So your heavy punch will whiff, medium punch will whiff, light whiffs, medium kick, heavy kick, everything you will do will whiff. And one of the main uses of the Avante Line specials is that it is covering this range, because the light punch Avante Line is your longest reaching poke, basically. Well, one that is not murder on block, because from -11 from range like that, some character will punish you hard. So this is where you want to use the Avante Line. Think of it as a Ryu or maybe a Sagat or whatever doing a fireball from this close. Because from a range like that, your options will either be go in or go out, but if you walk back, you are walking yourself to the corner. So the light punch Avante Line is a good one to use here. Now, you might ask me why not use a medium? Well, the issue with the medium is that the medium will pull them in. So the medium is more unsafe and it moves them closer to you. And you don't want that because you're more unsafe, you're pulling them closer to you, so you will get punished. So, and the heavy of course is death on blocks, so you're not gonna do the heavy. So as a poke, the light Avante Line is the best one. And if we put together what we just learned with the Avante Line regarding, like, let's say have Ryu dashing here. Come on, Ryu boy. Yeah, now Ryu will dash after blocking something. So we can have Ryu dash here and then walk into. So when you want to buffer something from like let's say a medium kick or a heavy punch, buffering into Avante Line is very good because you can do something like this and then cancel into super. That is very good. So the light is good to use by itself as a poke, and it's really good to use it when you are canceling from a standing medium kick to shift forward movement. This is all quality stuff. This is all really good. As you can see, it's excellent. You can always get stuff out of that and get a super conversion, and now you are a sick player who have amazing footsies. Now, what is the use of the other two? Why would we want to use the medium Avante Line, and when do we want to use the heavy? Well, the medium is used as a combo filler and in particular situations. So let's say that you have let's put him as let's put him at 25%. But I don't want him to. When you use at 25%, you might do a combo like that and combo into the heavy, but this will not kill. Let's say you don't have bar and you get a combo like that. This is not gonna kill him. So what good does the medium punch do? Well, the medium will reset them. So medium punch Avante Line is basically like doing a medium EX heart rate. You use it to reset the situation. So after this, you can maybe go for the throw, and that will kill basically pretty much. Maybe something like that, and then you throw them, and that's a KO. Or maybe go for a shimmy at the situation. It's basically a reset. If you want to do a standing reset, you go for the medium Avante Line. It also have some really other specific applications in regarding to Oki, and we will put Oki in part 2. So Oki is coming. Oki combos and all of that cool shit is coming, but I just wanted to let you have a good understanding of the game plan first. So medium is used in juggles, and it's used as a way to reset basically. The heavy is the basic damage ender. You don't get good pressure afterwards, but it is your most damaging special move. So when you do that, that is basically you're going for the damage. It's also like when you're cancelling into super, stuff like that. You're getting, like if you get a jumping combo and you want to do the best possible damage, you will likely do something like that, right? So the heavy is just raw damage, the medium is used for resets, the light is used as a poke and in the neutral. What about the EX? The EX is used to make your checks safe. So allow me to explain this. And this is the main purpose of the EX heart rate basically. Let's have Ryu do something like let's have him do that. Right? So we're going to try to interrupt here. Right? We will do something like standing medium kick to or standing light kick to a medium kick heal. The issue here is the medium kick heal is unsafe on block. So if Ryu baited this, we are going to get punished. If Ryu blocks this, we are getting punished. That is unsafe on block. Let's block everything and not do anything after it. Basically, this is unsafe. You are minus 12 on block, you're point blank, whatever. But if you do the light kick to the EX Avante Line, this is minus 2. So this is when you want to interrupt something, but still be safe. Let's say let's have him dashing again. Yeah, like you're expecting a dash, you're expecting someone forward moving or whatever, but you want to stay safe. I think the interruption is a better example because this is what's most likely to happen. So outside of juggles, because this also have a very specific combo juggles, it's basically used with V trigger 1. You do stuff like that once you're being fired. You know how it goes. I'm sure you have seen the combos or the clips. So EX heart rate is used as a combo filler, and it's used for safe interruption. And that brings part 1 of our poison guide to a close. I hope by now I have given you a good enough idea of how to use your normals and special to dominate the mid-range. And we still have a lot more to talk about. We still haven't talked about the V skills, V trigger, how to use your super, combos, Oki, setups, how to defend yourself, and a lot more. So if you enjoy this content, please like, subscribe or share. Especially hit that subscription button to keep in check with part 2 when it comes out. It should be next week if nothing bad happens. And as always, thank you for watching and stay safe.